Hello, everybody, Mac here, and today I'm going to talk about what I think Rockstar could improve with the heist in GTA Online. So this is going to be kind of a discussion, talking about the heist, and I also want to get your guys' thoughts on the heist for GTA Online. So I did make a review a while ago, and I did make a review talking about the heist DLC for GTA Online and the heist themselves, and I talked about it, and I'll have a link to that in the description. This is going to be kind of, I guess you could say, kind of a part 2 to it, but we're going to talk about what I felt Heist did kind of wrong and how they can improve on that. One is I wish that there was a lobby system, or a better lobby system for a Heist. It's really annoying whenever, after you do a setup mission, you have to have your leader start up a Heist, and he has to, like, get his phone, text, message from Lester, and then you have to, load it up, and you have to invite everybody again. Why is it not just, like, after the screen where it'll say, like, completed, why does it not say, like, oh, here's the next heist? So that then you wouldn't have to, not only you wouldn't have to load into GTA Online, so it would be way quicker. That was one of the problems I had with Heist, because it really took a long time to actually get people in. So it's like, okay, we could just keep doing the heist, it would be way quicker, and you wouldn't have to go in free mode. Now, if you wanted to go in free mode, once it loaded up the next lobby, you could, of course, back out. But if you didn't want to, if you didn't want to go to free mode, if you want to keep doing that heist, if you do a setup, it should just put you into a lobby, into the next setup. So, next is, I really wish that the leader had more of a role in the heist. So, I've led quite a few heists in GTA Online. I've led pretty much all of them. And, and I've also been a member of all of them. And to me, the heists themselves don't really change if you're the leader. And, sure, like, if you're a leader, you can, of course, choose to cut at the end. You can start up the heist, and you can do all that. And you also have to put the upfront cost in. But to me, it was just like, if I was a leader, it was just like, I didn't really have a choice, and it just didn't feel like it was that different. So what I was thinking is, you make it so that the leader has choices to make while you're doing the heist. So let's say I'm gonna have an example, and this is also something I really wish that it was in the heist, was more choices. Is I wish that let's say you go on to the plane setup for the prison break. Which say that, for some reason, the Vellum, once you get the Vellum, the pilot, once you're doing a setup and you're flying back to the airport, and you're gonna store it, would say the plane just starts, losing power. And, this could be player controlled, like, let's say you shoot it too much, or it takes too much damage, then it would just stop losing, just lose power, or it would just be every time. So let's say, if you lost power, then the leader would have to choose, should we just ditch this plane and then, get a new one? Or should we actually, store it, but it would have that, engine failure whenever we're actually doing the finale. And I was really hoping for that. So let's say in the prison break, let's say you damage the plane. Well, you're gonna have to either, repair it with a bit of money, or it should be that, in the actual heist, it's gonna be a little slower, you lose power most of the time, it's not gonna have as much health, so it can blow up easier. So this could also work with the Humane Labs heist, which say you get the Valkyrie, in the setup, you get damaged quite a bit, so let's say you could either repair it, which will cost you, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000, before the heist actually starts up. Or you could just go in and, test your luck and see if you'll actually get, past the heist, but you wouldn't have to pay anything. I was really hoping for that. I think that would be pretty cool. It would kind of make, damage in vehicles, and it would kind of incentivize people to not destroy the vehicles. And I just wish that the vehicles would stay that way, instead of, like, just getting repaired automatically. Another thing is I wish that there was just more choice in the way that you approach heist. So let's say you go and do the Pacific Standard heist. Let's say you do that, and you go in, you always go in with all your weapons. So I was hoping for, like, let's say you go in, instead of going in, and get on the electros, get in that money and just robbing the bank. Let's say you could go more of a secretive way of doing it. So let's say like you're going undercover or something like that, but you wouldn't have as much health, and it'd be way easier to fail if you fail at being undercover. Similar to the final heist in the single player, the Union Depository, where you have to like go undercover and stuff. I think that would be cool. Or would say in the Humane Labs heist, would say you also go undercover in that, or you go more stealthy. Or would say in the Series A, you'd have some completely different way of the finale being done. I was really kind of hoping for that. And while there is kind of choices, like I mean, on the Pacific Standard heist, you can choose where to drive your Electro, how you're going to do it. But I was really hoping for would say if you go in, would say you have, instead of just going in the way that you do, would say you could go in with combat MGs and more armor, and would say you get like a armored vehicle, but that would cost way more money for the leader. I just think some choices like that would be kind of cool. Another thing I think would be kind of cool is an option to only use weapons that are given to you in the setup cost. Would say there's an option whenever you start up the heist. Maybe this would only work with the finale, but it could also work with the setups, I guess. So only weapons that you're able to choose are the weapons that you get for the heist. So let's say, I don't know exactly like every loadout for each heist, but I think the Prison Break is Special Carbine and AP pistol and parachute. And I think Humane Labs is Pump Shotgun and Special Carbine and maybe AP pistol and flare gun. And I think Pacific Standard is just Special Carbine and maybe Pump Shotgun, or maybe a Combat MG or something like that, where you'd only get certain weapons. All of your other weapons would just be gone, but you'd maybe get, I don't know, an extra $100,000, maybe $200,000, because the only weapons that you're able to use are those weapons that are given to you. But you would also have the choice of, let's say if you go in with, the Pacific Standard, you go in, all you have is Special Carbine and AP pistol, and you'd get, I don't know, maybe an extra $150,000 at the end. Kind of similar to Elite Challenge or something like that, or the first person only challenge. Let's say you could choose, and you would spend an extra, $50,000 in the setup cost, but you would get like combat MGs and grenade launchers and something like that. I think that would be cool, and you also get like armor and stuff in the setup cost. I think that would be kind of cool. And another thing, and this is kind of the final thing, is I wish that there was a better story. Like, I really wish that there was, because to me, the story in the heist, they weren't really amazing. They were kind of like, they were only okay. I didn't really care about, I think his name is Agent 14. I didn't care about him, the one guy that helps you out with the Prison Break and the Humane Labs raid. I kind of like the story with Trevor and Ron, although I never really liked Trevor in the single player anyway, so I just think that Series A was kind of funny with those two guys. I just, most of the cutscenes I just skipped because they were just like, I didn't really care, I didn't really listen to them. Maybe that's just me and I don't really care about the story, but I kind of wish that the story was a little better, just, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I wish that there was more of a fleshed out story with that. And another thing I want to talk about is if you guys were able to make a heist, and if you guys wanted to make a heist for GTA Online, what would you actually make? Like, where would you rob? What would the heist revolve around? Because I'm thinking about making kind of a small series on that. And but the problem with it is that we've already robbed so many things in GTA Online. That's kind of my problem with with GTA Online, is we've already done so much, and this would also kind of tie in with a story mode DLC. I was like, we've already done all this. What else is there to really rob? I mean, I have a few ideas, and I'm gonna probably make videos on those. I have a few ideas for heist, but for the most part, there's not much to rob. I mean, sure, there's a small amount of few more banks. I think there's a few more Fleeca banks that we can take down. I guess but for the most part, if we wanted to do the Paleto Bay bank, well, we can't really do that because we've already done that in a single player. We can't do the Vespucci jewelry store because we've already done that in the single player. So we've already done all these heists, not only in the single player but in online now. Let me know if you actually have like an area to rob, and like how would you rob it and stuff, because I kind of want to start up that series. Also, let me know in the comments, what would you change about Heist? Like, what would you change to them? Because, for me, like, the heists themselves weren't terrible, and they weren't really bad. It's just there were a few things that were kind of annoying, and I wish that they were changed. So let me know in the comments. Hope y'all enjoy. Feedback is appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.